He is known as the I-65 Killer. Police say he targeted women working overnight in motels right off the interstate, and he could be responsible for killing and assaults across the country. The serial killer reached the Kentucky area in the late 80s, targeting Vicki Heath from Radcliffe. She was working as an overnight hotel clerk at a Super 8 motel in E-Town at the time. In every case tied to the I-65 Killer, the victim were women working in motels. They were sexually assaulted and robbed, and they were working right off of I-65. E-Town detectives who worked the case and collected and preserved DNA evidence were later applauded because they couldn't even use it at the time they collected it. More than 20 years later, the DNA was tested, linking Heath's case to several others.
We're very hopeful. This is the biggest, greatest lead that we've had since 1987.
The investigators were certain they would find a killer in a matter of weeks, maybe months, especially because now they had a description from another victim who survived her attack.
We're hoping with the distinguishing features, even though it's been 20 years, that somebody will identify with this person with that eye and that color, eye color.
But that didn't happen. Instead, the only new information the department had to go off was the other cases tied to the same killer. Taking a closer look at those, Elizabethtown police matched the DNA in Heath's case to at least 4 other cases in other states. 2 incidents happened on the same night in 1989, the first in Maryville, Indiana, and then Remington, Indiana. 1 year later, in 1990, a hotel clerk in Columbus, Indiana, was sexually assaulted and stabbed, but she survived that attack. She was able to describe the man for the first time, and DNA linked her case to the other cases. In 1991, a woman in Minnesota who was also sexually assaulted and stabbed gave police a similar description of her attacker. That case was connected. For more than 30 years, investigators have been working hard to find the man responsible. Now, Indiana State Police and Elizabethtown Police say they have a big announcement on this case. We'll be covering that news tomorrow from Indianapolis. You can follow all of the developments right here on WHAS 11 or our app. We'll be streaming the update live.